Alright, everybody, welcome back to Major Movies and TV, and today we're going to be talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special that just dropped on Disney Plus. And, so I'll be going over a spoiler-free review and then moving into a spoiler review after that. So yeah, let's just get into it. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special was directed by James Gunn, obviously, one of the best superhero directors out here. This dude's been killing it. And it stars Kevin Bacon, Pom Klementieff, Vin Diesel, Chris Pratt, Maria Bakalova, Dave Bautista, Sean Gunn, Karen Gillan, Bradley Cooper, and Michael Rooker. And this holiday special was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was funny. Some of the best comedy from the MCU comes from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. Whenever the MCU tries to be funny, it usually fails. But when it does it naturally, like with how James Gunn does it with the Guardians, it's really good. And that's, I feel like, where the MCU's biggest fault is the fact that sometimes they try to do comedy when the comedy should just come naturally. You know, just let it happen where it can happen, but other than that, don't try to put it in if it's not necessary, you know. But this was genuinely a funny, wholesome holiday special, you know? And I really liked it. If we were gonna get a Christmas special from any of the members of the MCU, this would probably be the best pick. We kind of got something with Christmas when we got Hawkeye. And that was cool, but that was not a Christmas show. It was a show that took place during Christmas. This is specifically centered around Christmas, and it's funny. I love it. It feels short. That's probably the only negative I have about it, is it feels short. I feel like it could have been closer to an hour, but you know, that's neither here nor there. It's just kind of a thing I noticed. It could have been closer to an hour, but it didn't need to be overall. It just, there were certain parts of it that kind of felt like filler, but overall, it was still funny filler. Like, the filler was entertaining, but it was filler, if that makes sense. Other than that, the acting obviously was great from everyone. This special focuses on Mantis and Drax, mainly Mantis, which is cool because honestly I didn't care much about Mantis before this special, but now I'm kind of looking at her like, she's cool. She's a cool character, you know? Before she was alright. Now I'm like, yeah, that works. That's cool. I like Mantis, and Drax is obviously Drax. You know, he is more focused on in this special, but he still kind of takes a back seat to Mantis. But yeah, and honestly, those two are the leads of this special. The others appear in this special, but they get like maybe 10 minutes of screen time each. They're not in the special much. You know, Nebula, Rocket, Groot, they're in there and you see them, but they're not main characters. Peter, honestly, almost isn't a main character himself. So, you know, but it is a very well made special. I'm happy that Marvel is starting to go into these specials more because, you know, some things don't need full movies or TV shows. You just need some entertainment, you know, for an hour. It's not that bad, you know? And this is cool. And yeah, I really, other than the fact that there was a little bit of filler, but it was entertaining filler, and it felt a little short. Other than that, there's nothing bad to say about this, you know? It was entertaining. So yeah, I definitely recommend going to watch it if you're an MCU fan, if you're a Guardians fan, and if you have Disney Plus. I would highly recommend watching it now. It's Christmas time, so why not? I see no reason why you shouldn't. So yeah, let's get into spoilers. I'm gonna talk spoilers now. You have been warned. Don't keep watching if you don't want to know spoilers. Alright, 3, 2, 1, spoiler time, let's go. So, the special starts off, and it's animated in actual drawing animation, like it's in a coloring book or something. And it shows Peter and, Kraglin. So, yeah, Kraglin is his name. For some reason, I have trouble remembering his name. But Kraglin and Peter are talking about trying to celebrate Christmas, and this is in the past. It's young Peter, and Yondu comes and kind of just grinches out on their, Christmas time. He's like, "Oh, you don't need Christmas. It'll make us soft. We don't need all this." And then, and then the flashback ends and it goes back to present time. Now, in present time, the Guardians have purchased this place called Nowhere from this guy, the Collector, and it's essentially a celestial head. Like, the head of a dead celestial is being used as a little spaceship / country thing, and they have people living on it, and they're setting up this little town for them to live in. And they have a new member of the Guardians, Cosmo, the dog. She's a dog with telekinesis that can talk through, this spacesuit thing. Yeah, she was entertaining. Nothing too crazy. I know we'll see more of her in Guardians 3, so I'm excited about that. They're bringing in an actual, animal superhero that's like a dog. I guess Rocket Raccoon, is, one thing, but this character's actually a dog for the yeah, it's weird. It's weird trying to explain that. One thing about Cosmo that I thought was kind of weird, they changed him from the comics into a her, which, I mean, it didn't do anything. There was nothing wrong with that. It was just, the only thing about it is that when I hear the name Cosmo, I automatically think boy. So I kind of wish they changed her name at least to make it match with the fact that she's a girl in the special. But other than that, obviously I don't care, but it was just kind of a weird thing. I wasn't expecting her to be a her when I heard the name Cosmo, but it is what it is. It didn't detract from anything. It was just something I wanted to bring up because I was kind of like, why did they change that? But whatever. So they're going through, they're introducing this new town. Peter stops by this alien band, and they're kind of playing this Christmas song. And it's actually a pretty cool Christmas song. It's like a punk Christmas song where they're like, I have no idea what Christmas is, and it's an entertaining song. And Peter's like, yeah, no. Because they get it completely wrong about what Christmas is about. And then, but during the music parts, oh my god, you see, so Groot is now young adult Groot. He has grown up, and he's swole Groot, and he's just jamming out to the music every time there's music involved. and it's so funny to watch. I loved it. Groot is great. He doesn't even do much. He just dances to the music in like most of this. But he's so wholesome now. It's great. He's swole Groot. He's big happy swole Groot, and it's great. So yeah, Groot was one of the best parts of this. And then so Mantis and Drax are talking about how Peter is sad because Gamora's gone, and it's Christmas time and he misses Gamora. So it is revealed that Mantis is actually Peter's sister, half sister, and because Ego is her father too. So she wants to do something nice for Peter. So what she does is her and Drax know that Peter likes to talk about Kevin Bacon. You know, as now they don't realize Kevin Bacon is an actor. They think he's some superhero because of the movies he's been in. But you know, they think he's a hero, so they're like, we're gonna go to Earth and we're gonna get Kevin Bacon to come back as a Christmas present for Peter. So they do. They fly down to Earth. There are some funny scenes when they're landing. Drax forgets to put the invisibility shield on and everyone can see them. And then, so they land. They're walking down the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, I don't even know how they found Hollywood in the first place. They have no idea where they're going, but, you know, it is what it is. So, they're walking down the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and they see a lot of people dressed up as Avengers. And then people want to take pictures with them because they think they're people in costumes, when in all reality, you know, they're Drax and Mantis. This was entertaining. There was a... every time Drax takes a picture, he's just standing there. But they keep getting money from the pictures, so they keep doing it. And it was kind of nice seeing more of Mantis's personality, because she's really, like, fun and energetic in this. Like, before she was kind of, like, shy, but now she's, like, happy to be around people. It was interesting. So I kind of like that character development for her. She seems more interesting now and happy. She's taking pictures with people and doing poses and stuff. And then, oh my god. So I'm pretty sure from what I remember, there's so much in the MCU, it's hard to remember sometimes, but Drax's people got destroyed by robots, right? I'm pretty sure that's what that was. And there's a guy dressed as a robot, and he goes, oh, I'm gonna kill that robot. And he starts beating up the dude in a robot costume. It's so funny. That part was funny. Again, you know, with the way Disney has been going, there are some, like, quote-unquote woke moments in this. Not as much as some of the other stuff they've been putting out, like She-Hulk. There's this, you know, when Drax is saying, "Oh, I hate all you robots." Mantis goes, "Drax, don't be a bigot," or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I get it. That's not too annoying. That's not too over the top. It's like, all right, yeah, you gotta say, don't be a bigot. Which I guess it does make sense in that context. Drax is hating on all robots for the actions of some robots. So yes, he is technically being a bigot, but it was kind of like, alright, I get what you're doing. I get it, you know. You don't need to spoon feed it to us all the time, but that was just a small thing. It didn't detract from the thing at all. I'm not the type of person to overreact over things like that, but I also don't always love it when it's just thrown in there. There was another scene in this, though. Oh, no, that was... Yeah, never mind. Alright, so... Never mind what I watched Miss Marvel earlier today, and I was thinking about a scene in Miss Marvel where something happened I didn't really like, but alright, my bad. Moving on to what I'm actually supposed to be talking about, Guardians of the Galaxy. So, they're taking pictures with everyone, they're getting some money, and then they go to a bar. And they get drunk at the bar trying to find Kevin Bacon. They're trying to see if anyone knows where Kevin Bacon is. Mantis is dancing around, they both get drunk, and then they're on the sidewalk, hungover. And then they're able to get a map to Kevin Bacon's house, which was kind of weird. I'm like, why do these people just have maps of their addresses? Do they know that there are just maps of their addresses? Like, that was a bit strange. That's a bit awkward. I wouldn't want that. You know, if someone put my address on a map and sold it to people, like, yeah, no, don't do that. I will find you and sue you or whatever. I'll burn all your maps. I don't care. You're not putting my address out. So, but Mantis and Drax find him. They try to get in. They just jump over his gate, and then they break into his house, try to kidnap him. He runs away. They chase him down. And all of this is pretty funny. I don't want to ruin the jokes or anything, but there was like scenes where Drax wants this little elf man. He calls him his funny little man. It's funny. And Mantis is carrying around this giant candy cane, even though she doesn't know what it is. And one thing I kind of noticed, actually, going back to the scene where they're taking pictures and there's like memorials to the different Avengers and stuff. They see Black Widow and Iron Man mural, I'm pretty sure. Or is that Miss Marvel too? Oh my god, I just watched Miss Marvel. So now I'm just seeing scenes from Miss Marvel. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I don't know, I can't remember if that... I'll just save that, whatever. It's fine, we'll move on. Back to Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh my god. So... Drax and Mantis are kidnapping Kevin Bacon. The cops show up. And this was a really cool scene. Mantis actually got a fight scene. It was really cool. I really enjoyed the fight scene with Mantis. She pretty much took charge. And she beat up this group of cops and put them to sleep. I was like, alright, that's fun. Now, she didn't want to kill anyone. She was like, no, we can't kill people. Just put them to sleep. And then, that was it. But she was like Black Widow who could put people to sleep. It was really cool. I enjoyed that. And Drax, they were literally shooting Drax. Like, shooting him. And he's just standing there getting tickled by the bullets. Yeah, that was funny. And then they try to drive the cop car into him. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not. But they, like, stop in front of him, and then he just flips the car over. It's like, and he just flips, and he's just, like, standing there super chill about everything. It's funny. So yeah, and then Mantis puts Kevin Bacon into a trance, and then they bring him back to space. They set up this Christmas wonderland for Peter. They wheel Kevin Bacon out in this giant Christmas present on a dolly, and Peter opens the Christmas present and sees it's Kevin Bacon, and he freaks out. He's like, no, you can't just kidnap Kevin Bacon. You can't do that. And then, Mantis takes him out of his trance. Obviously, Kevin Bacon gets really mad, and then decides, he wants to go home. So, Kraglin is going to take him home, and then... Kraglin's telling him about how Peter had a rough time with Christmas growing up and being away from home or whatever. And then Kevin, and how he always told Kevin that Kevin Bacon was one of his heroes. So Kevin Bacon decides to stay. He plays a song with the band. It's pretty cool. You see Groot dancing around, and he has the antlers on. It's funny. yeah, so and that was a pretty good song too. Um, and then pretty much everyone's happy. They're partying. There's this part where Nebula is dancing, and it's something else. But pretty much after that, Kevin Bacon goes home, and then Mantis tells Peter that she is his half sister, and then it's a wholesome ending. um, there's a part where they're giving out Christmas gifts. Rocket Raccoon ends up getting Bucky's old arm. I feel like people might confuse that, thinking that that's Bucky's new arm, but I'm pretty sure that is Bucky's old arm from Avengers Infinity War. That is not Bucky's new arm. Bucky still has his arm. And then there was some other gifts in there. I can't remember all of them. But yeah, so they all get their gifts, and then Mantis tells Peter that she is his half-sister. They're happy about it, and then the special kind of ends. So yeah, it was a good special, It was a quick review here. There's not a whole lot to say other than it was really fun. The jokes were really funny. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and yeah, I don't have any complaints really about it. Very simple review. Directed well, acted out well, it was funny, it was entertaining, it had a little bit of action in there. Yeah, and had a lot of music in it too, which was nice. Yeah, and I can't wait to see what happens next with the Guardians. The Guardians are one of my favorite are some of my favorite characters in the MCU right now. Mainly like just because of how much of a family they are. They feel like a real group of superheroes, and it's really cool. They feel more like a team than the Avengers, honestly. So, especially now. So yeah, they are Marvel's team at this point. They are, and it's sad to say that in the next Guardians movie, they're not going to be the same team anymore. They'll be a different team, most likely. I really hope that Peter gets to stay in the MCU. I hope Chris Pratt stays in the MCU as Peter in some way. I hope we get maybe a Peter and Gamora story where they go on their own adventures together. I feel like Nebula is probably going to die in Guardians 3. I feel like Groot and Rocket and Cosmo will go off to do their own thing, which honestly, I feel like that'd be an awesome Disney Plus series. If they're going to make a Disney Plus series, they should do Groot, Rocket, and Cosmo. That would be awesome. And it wouldn't be that hard to do because all the characters would essentially be CGI, all the main characters. So you just have 3 CGI characters together, and you just need voice work for 2 of them. The other one is I Am Groot by Vin Diesel. Like, Vin Diesel, I swear, if he got paid a ton of money just for him to say I Am Groot in a bunch of different ways, I'll be pissed. Yo, I could do that. You don't need Vin Diesel for that, my guy. You don't. But fine. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Like, it's not hard. Like, but yeah, that, like, I hope they do maybe something with Groot, Rocket, and Cosmo after Guardians 3. It'd be cool to see Mantis again, considering she's just getting her character development now. But, Mantis would be cool. I feel like Drax is probably gonna die. He's gonna die. I feel like it. Nebula and Drax are probably the 2 deaths. Mantis might move on to something else. Same with Rocket, Groot, and Cosmo. They'll probably be their own team. Maybe Mantis will end up leading the new Guardians of the Galaxy with Peter and Gamora. maybe they'll have a new team, and then Rocket, Cosmo, and Groot will do their own thing, and then Nebula and Drax will probably die. Now, obviously, these are just my predictions, but we'll see what happens. Because Chris Pratt's a really good Star-Lord. I like him, and it'd suck to see him go too after Chris Hemsworth's Thor is probably leaving soon. You know, Star-Lord, we already lost Iron Man and Captain America, Steve Rogers. We're losing the Hulk. You know, we lost Black Widow. We lost so many iconic characters. We're probably losing Clint Barton's Hawkeye. It sucks, you know, it sucks. But it'd be really cool to at least see Peter and Gamora stay. You know, at least those two. So we could get some more like a better story for them to keep their story going. And then Rocket and Groot would be cool to keep going with. I feel like they're not going to get rid of Groot. Like, Groot is like their bread and butter at this point, like in terms of just like comedy and stuff and being like an iconic character, which is weird because he's just Groot, but he's just like one of their most recognizable characters right now. So I feel like they'll probably do a Rocket, Cosmo, and Groot series. I hope so. I feel like that'd be really fun. But alright, so I've rambled on. The special is really good. Go check it out. Especially if you already have Disney Plus. Why not? If you're an MCU fan, definitely check it out. It doesn't connect to anything crazy like that. There's not like a big thing going on. It's just, you know, this self-contained story. The end credits scene doesn't connect to anything other than, you know, it just shows Groot getting made into a Christmas tree, you know. It's funny. But yeah, no, this special is definitely entertaining. Go check it out. And that'll be it. Leave your comments down below, your thoughts on the special, whether you liked it or not. And yeah, everyone have a good day.